So what sparked my interest in linguistics was
back in high school when I first found out what a morpheme was.
I started really thinking about what is language and how do we use it.
I would have to say when I was living in Germany.
Spent a few years living in Central Africa.
And being exposed to the vast array of languages.
Surrounded by lots of different kinds of languages and dialects and whatnot.
So I was wondering, how do people pick up a second language?
So I started studying all these different languages, but I found that it was near impossible to learn every language on the planet.
When I was asked to declare a major, looking at what classes I was in, they were all linguistics classes.
Because of that, linguistics was the way to go for me.
In its simplest terms, linguistics is the scientific study of language, looking at the phonology, so the sound components of language, looking at syntax, looking at the building blocks of a sentence, and morphology, building parts, the building blocks of words.
So it's not, how to learn a whole bunch of languages, you're not necessarily going to be learning a lot of languages as part of the linguistics program, but studying the phenomenon of language in general.
To me, linguistics is the study of something truly human. It's one of the things that sets us apart, and to study it, I think, is getting at the core of what is to be human.
It's such a fascinating field. It's such a new field in the world that things are being discovered all the time. It seems kind of inconsequential, but everyone uses language every single day.
Anyone can take up an interest in linguistics because it's such a wide field.
This is how we communicate. This is how we live. In the long run, it can have such a profound impact on everyone.
People that are really interested in computers or mathematics can do computational linguistics, or there are people like me that are really interested in social and political issues, right? There is that, there is an intersection, there's critical discourse analysis, there's sociolinguistics.
The more that I learn, the more I realize I don't know a thing about it. It is such a vast field, and I think it's taken for granted and kind of undermined as far as the sciences go. It's so fascinating because you can take linguistics and put it into any kind of category, any kind of subfield in interdisciplinary discourse.
So my plans after graduation, as they are right now, is to go teach on the JET program, this Japanese English teachers, I believe, program, and I can go teach English in Japan for anywhere from 1 to 5 years.
I'm very interested in the field of computational linguistics. It's something, I don't know, it's kind of the frontier of where things are going.
I'll probably apply to a few graduate programs at least.
I have so many plans after graduation, and I definitely want linguistics to be a part of them all.
Hopefully go to grad school.
After I graduate with my bachelor's, I'm hoping to go on to grad school.
I want to get a PhD.
Theoretical or experimental phonetics at some university and do research and eventually get my PhD.
Maybe even look into some possibilities of doing field research, collecting linguistic data among native speakers of foreign languages.
Which is really nice, and it'll get me thinking about, do I want to keep teaching English in Japan? Do I want to go abroad in other places? Do I want to come back to America and teach English?
I currently applied for a Fulbright position to teach English as a second language in Argentina. So I'm just waiting to hear back from that, and hopefully grad school, hopefully more teaching, more learning.
So I hope to get into graduate school and keep doing what I'm doing now, but just maybe work with new people and do new research and things like that. So yeah.